Seventh graders, this is to help you with question 6 on CR20. It says, when written in decimal form, which of these is a repeating decimal? More than one way to go about this problem, but I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite each A, B, C, and D in decimal form so we can talk about which one would be repeating. So for letter A, it's 0 over 1. That means 0 divided by 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0. Okay, that's not repeating. For letter B, we have 1/6. That means 1 divided by 6. We're going to bottom out. The bottom number goes on the outside of the division box. So 6 into 1. Put your decimal point after the 1. Drag it right up. How many times does 6 go into 1? 6 goes into 1 0 times. On the inside, we'll put a 0 after the decimal point. It won't change the value. 1 is exactly the same number as 1.0. 6 goes into 10 once. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract off. 10 minus 6 is 4. Drag down a 0. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 times 1 is 36. Or I'm sorry, 6 times 6 is 36. 40 minus 36 is 4. Drag down a 0, and guess what's going to keep happening? 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract off 40 minus 36, 4. Drag down a 0. 6 goes into 40 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36. I could do this all day. That's absolutely a repeating decimal. We could also write it as 0.1 with a bar over the 6 because the 6 is the part that repeats. But let's go ahead and do the other ones. C is 1/2. That means 1 divided by 2. How many times does 2 go into 1? Put that decimal point right after the 1. 2 goes into 1 0 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. So that is 0.5. That's called a terminating decimal. Let's do 1/5. 1/5 means 1 divided by 5. Bottom out. The bottom number goes on the outside of the division box. 5 goes into 1. Put that decimal point there. 5 goes into 1 0 times. 5 goes into 10 twice. 2 times 5 is 10. 1/5 is the same as 0.2. That's called a terminating decimal. The only one that repeats is 1/6. 1/6 is 0.1666666.